So of course, friends ask me, you are now so interested in phosphene meditations, in the meditations of the lights behind your closed eyes and their significance for spiritual developments, and at the end to get a direct insight in your nature, which is emptiness and luminosity, as the Tibetan masters always said. You can read that in the old texts, but it's a total different story if you see it via your own perception. And since I started with exploring meditation on inner lights, I've come across so many esoteric texts from great Tibetan masters that I think I should say a little bit more related to the thankas and the paintings the Tibetan masters and the Nepalese masters and the Bhutanese masters made of the sacred aspects of their belief system. Here is an example of paper painted by a Nepalese master, and you see a number of deities, the Buddha deities. In the center you see a dakini in a hexagon. But what I want to point out is the style of painting. Once you have seen the inner lights morphing, you recognize in all the elements you see here in the painting, including the auras around, of flames around the deities, you recognize the morphing systems of phosphenes if you close your eyes. Also the combinations of the colors like the yellow and the blue and the red, these are classical examples of how phosphenes move. If you look at them in a deep meditation, you see these morphing phosphene lights from one color to another color. And so apparently these works of art contain not only the classical light patterns you see in phosphenes and the patterns of flames you see in phosphenes, but also you see these wave-like forms, like symbols in the painting. Like here you see in there, it's of course a spiral, a conch through which they make very high-pitched sounds in religious in their ritual activities. But here you also see a lot of undulating forms, and these undulating forms, just as the flames around the tantric gods, are all very much alike if you close your eyes. And it is very interesting to see that these elements come forth in many of these thankas and these works of art. The colors, the shapes, and you have to understand that this is a temporary frozen kind of picture of how in reality it moves. So basically I now think that a thanka is basically one cartoon picture of a whole movie. And if you close your eyes and you focus on the lights which happen, then first you will see simple light patterns, but those light patterns will evolve in quite elaborate light patterns. And before you know it, if you train yourself in watching, and it's not about what exactly you see, it's about the act of watching. If you go into this impartial act of watching, the colors become more intense, the patterns become more elaborate, and at least I can say from my experience, you see exactly what the old Tibetan masters as Naropa and Milarepa and Narpa have been described in their lectures on the absolute, on the infinite, on Rigpa, on the empty luminosity of our own mind. So Phosphenes are a quick way into self-experiencing the essence of who you are. That is why I am so enthusiastic about this path of inner light yoga.